Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll help the channel out and it'll get you more videos just like this. Let's get started. And our first one comes from Odd Version 1196. Am I the beehole for not giving my son the same opportunity due to his choices? My wife regularly uses Reddit and recommended me to post on here because of our family is split on who was in the wrong. I, a 57-year-old male, have 4 kids together with my wife, a 54-year-old female. We have 3 daughters, Chol, a 32-year-old female, Wendela, a 30-year-old female, and Emily, a 24-year-old female. We also have a son, Lucas, a 26-year-old male. Me and my wife have, since the birth of each one of our kids, put in a monthly payments in the college fund for them. The amount in funds was enough to cover all 4 kids' college education. Our kids all chose different paths in life, whether it was their degree, place of education, or what type of school. They all went with something different. When our oldest, Chol, graduated high school, she talked to us about how she was unsure on what she wanted to do with her life, and had been thinking about a gap year. We talked with her and told her it was her choice. That, if that's what she wanted, she should do it and not rush into education. She did take 2 years. During these years, she worked in an agreement with me and my wife and paid us $250 in rent each month to continue living with us. She ate our food, we cooked for her, and still bought her necessities. The $250 was put into a savings account that we gave her access to when she and her now husband were beginning to talk about buying a house. Even though the situation was not the same with each kid, they all knew about this, and the plan for how the money would be used. Wendela lived with us for 3 years after college. Emily lived with us during college. They both took part in this. The issue is with my son. He is like his older sister and wanted to take a gap year. We encouraged him to do so. He asked if he could stay with us. We told him yes, but told him about the rent situation. He was not happy with this, saying that he was our son and we should want him to live with us for how long he would need to. We explained what the money would be used for, and he said he did not give a crap. And he was very angry with us for a long time and ended up staying with his friends. This all happened around 8 years ago. We have a good relationship now with both him and his wife, whom are expecting our first grandchild. He recently brought up how all his sisters got money to buy a house. He showed me pics of the house that he and his wife had been looking at. I said it looked nice, to which he responded with asking when I could give him the money. I told him he made a choice when he was 18 and that he would not receive any money. He said that it was unfair and that he was young and dumb and should not be punished for it. I told him that I did not have that kind of money to just give to him. He left the house after arguing a bit more. My wife and his sisters are all on my side. However, his wife and my mom have said that I'm in the wrong, and I should want my grandbaby to have a place to live and should not punish him for the mistakes he did as a young boy. Am I the beehole for not giving him the money? Edit. When each kid got access to the rent money, it was in a savings account. However, before it was put into a fund so the money could grow. It explained it really bad. Sorry. Edit. Many people have asked about this, so I'll add it here. He did go to college, I was at his graduation, and he uses his degree today. What the 4 of them chose to do with their college fund was up to them, but from my understanding, they all use it for college. If they did not, then they did not. I have never asked any of them for proof of what the money was used for, so that I can't say with 100% certainty that it did all go towards their education. Hi, I don't think you're the beehole on this one. You told them exactly what the money was going to use for, and you didn't charge them a lot for rent. If they went and did that on their own, it'd probably be, I don't know, but it'd be a lot. And he didn't pay in. The whole thing of that is you pay in and then you get the payout later on. Since he didn't pay in, there's no money to pay out. So I don't see this as you doing anything wrong. He made a decision. These are the consequences of his decision. And our next one comes from Inevitable Divide 901. Am I the beehole for not letting my sick sister have what she wants? My dad has 3 daughters, Jade, myself, Esme. They're fake names. Jade is my half-sister, and she is 3 weeks older than me. My dad cheated on my mom, and we didn't find out until Jade was 9, But by then, my parents had already been split up a number of years. She's been in my life for 7 years now. Jade has CF and is sick. She needs a lung transplant. I don't like Jade. She's self-centered and rude. Esme wears hearing aids. Jade used to take great delight in hiding them from her. Esme and I no longer stay at Dad's overnight because of Jade. If we had something she wanted, she'd take it, and it didn't matter if it belonged to someone else. I received a pen from my step-grandpa. When he died, because I refused to let Jade have it, she broke it. My dad promised me a party for my 16th, and why I thought he would actually do this is beyond me, but canceled it the day before because Jade threw a massive tantrum over it. Her own party had been canceled because she had been too ill. Dad told her that I would share. However, Jade wanted her own party. And if she couldn't have her own, then she wanted mine's canceled. So Dad canceled because Mum told him I didn't want to share with a spoiled brat. Now, because Jade isn't well, she wants me to tutor her so she doesn't fall behind. As we take the same subjects, Dad thinks it's a great idea, even though we aren't on the same level. As Jade is in the bottom set while I'm in the top set for everything, I do some studying with Esme ever so often, but it's only occasionally when she's struggling to grasp something. Also, she asks and never demands. Jade also wants my tablet so that she can watch TV in bed, as her laptop broke after it fell off her bed when she was asleep. I do not want my laptop to get broken, nor have the time or the inclination to tutor Jade. I have a part-time job and babysit my younger half-siblings every other Friday night. Dad has told me to tell my mom to get a sitter and that I need to quit my job to help Jade. He expects me to be at Jade's beck and call. He tried to ground me because I wouldn't answer her text one night. I had 42 texts in the space of an hour. I didn't answer because I was working. Jade expects everyone to cater to her. Because she is sick, Esme asked for a book for her birthday this year, off of Dad. He bought it, wrapped it, but ended up giving it to Jade when we visit when she was in hospital because she demanded to give it to her because she was bored. Dad's getting frustrated, and I won't help Jade, and it's calling me selfish and heartless. So, am I the beehole for not giving my sick sister what she wanted? Edit. I don't know if Jade's mom is around. I just know that social services were involved. And that's why Dad has custody of her. I don't know the ins and outs. I was 9. Jade and I are both 16. Esme is 14. Esme and I have both said if we are asked to donate, then we will say no. We both have been tested for carrier status, as Mum wanted to know for the future. I am a carrier. Esme is not. Hi, OP. You are not the beehole. Your dad and Jade sound like the beehole. He cheats, and you have to suffer because of his foolish mistakes. After looking down in the comments, it looks like OP's dad doesn't even harbor any guilt for cheating on her mom. She says that she heard them arguing between them, and he tried to reduce his child support payments after finding out about Jade. He also told her mom that he'd happily cheat on her again. It stuck in OP's mind because if he could say something so cruel to them, then he could do it to them. And also, this is really abusive mentally. He's over there telling you to quit your job and tell your mom to find a babysitter. What is that? You're doing a great thing. You're over there working and making your own money, and he's over there trying to, kneecap you like that. Your father and Jade sound like two horrible, toxic, ghoulish creatures, and you need to hurry up and find a way to cut them out of your life, because I don't think there's anything they can do to make your life easier or better. Good luck, OP. And our next one comes from Child Priority Post. Am I the beehole for telling my sister that if she's so upset about my kid not sharing her toys, they could leave and find another place to live? I'm a single mom to Emmy, age 6. Emmy is my only child. She's been sick since she was 2, and I'm going to be honest. She likely won't make it to 10. Her dad left us when she got sick. Emmy spends 1 week in the hospital, then a week at home. Because of this, the last time I was able to send her to school was 2 years ago when we were able to do so. Preschool for about 3 hours a day, 2 days a week. And they still wore masks. Now, the only time she's around other kids is when she's in the hospital. Emmy hates sharing her toys, so I try not to make her do it. Usually when we see her cousins, I'll buy something like a big pack of chalk, a gallon of bubbles, and I'll tell her it's for everybody. But that's the only time she'll share. My sister and her 2 daughters, 5 and 7, are living with us temporarily. It's been difficult for everyone. At first, we switched rooms with Emmy, and we put all three girls in the master, but Emmy hated sharing rooms and said the girls were always touching her stuff, so we switched back and I put the girls in a spare room with their mom. My sister was complaining that the room was too crowded, so she was staying on a cot in my office. But apparently, that's also uncomfortable, so she wants the girls to share again. My sister does not pay rent. Her husband sends $500 a month to help pay for their groceries, and she helps with Emmy while I'm working. My job is pretty flexible, so I'm able to watch her while I work. They've also been complaining that I take Emmy on day/weekend trips without them. Emmy just spent the week in the hospital, and we came home on Sunday. My niece's beds were all moved into Emmy's room, and her toys were everywhere. I confronted my sister. And she said Emmy isn't using her room or her toys half the time, and that little girls should be sharing with each other. I told her that Emmy has already made it clear that she does not want to share her room or her toys, and that her room needs to be the way we left it by the end of the day. She says I'm being unfair, so I snapped at her that I will be prioritizing my kid over her ungrateful self and her kids, and that if she can't get over my kid not sharing, she needs to find somewhere else to live. They did fix Emmy's room, but they haven't been talking to us. At this point, I'm thinking of kicking them out anyways. So, am I the beehole for telling her she needs to get over my kid not sharing or move out? Alright, OP, no point in thinking. Kick them out. They've overstepped their boundaries and they're disrespecting you and your daughter. You and your daughter, it sounds like you don't have a lot of time with her on this earth, and they are ruining the little bit of time you have. Kick them out, and spend time with your daughter. And our last one comes from No Knee 7369. Am I the beehole for telling my daughter if she hates her stepmom so much, she's free to leave? My daughter is 20 and in college. She has a dorm on campus, but she doesn't live there. I love my daughter, but she can be a lot. Drama follows her everywhere, and I was hoping she would grow out of it, but it never happened. Due to this, she has gone through multiple friend groups. As she put it, they're all just jealous, so she doesn't have any college friends. Now, I married when she turned 18. I was never married, and her bio mom wasn't in the picture. So, this was an adjustment, but I wanted to make it clear I did the right steps. I introduced them when I was serious, 2 years in. I spent more time with her, I didn't force them together, we made boundaries for my wife. Like punishment comes to me, not her. When she was struggling, I got her into therapy and did sessions with her. She stopped when she hit 18 since I can't make her go. My daughter is making it impossible for them to get along. If my wife tells her food is ready, she gets pissed that she's bothering her. If she doesn't tell her, she's pissed that she wasn't invited. It's contradiction after contradiction. I've talked to her. My wife has tried to do what she asked. Then she is pissed that she did that. It's impossible. Now, to the main issue. My wife's birthday was yesterday. I put out her presents/cake on the table. I had work too, so I left it. I came back and all her presents were open, and my daughter was eating a piece of cake. I asked her why the F she would do that. She told me she doesn't deserve birthday presents. This is when I had enough. I told her if she hates her stepmom so much, she can leave. That she has a dorm, and I don't want to see her until an apology to me and my wife. She started crying and called me a jerk. I have been getting a lot of texts from her, and I'm doubting my decision. OP, I would say you're kind of a beehole, and your daughter is a beehole, but I'm saying you kind of are one because you made her that way and raised her to be that way. You need to fix this, like, now. She's in college. She has no friends because everyone's jealous of her. You know that's bull, right? It sounds like she's a mean, narcissistic brat, and that's why no one wants to hang out or be around her. OP, she is manipulating you. You gotta stop letting her do that. Doing that doesn't benefit you or her. You're just enabling her. And also this, I'm doubting my decision. Don't. Your daughter is the one effing up. She needs to be disciplined, or she's going to end up being a horrible person in life. She's what'd you say, 20? She's a grown adult. She's old enough to know what she's doing is wrong. If it gets to the point, I would say cut her off from everything. No money for school, stay at the dorms, figure it out yourself, because it sounds like she's a terrible person. Alright everybody, thank you all so much for making it to the end of the video. And can you please do what I said in the beginning, and like, comment, and subscribe. It will help the channel out, and you'll get more videos like this. Velvet out.